TikTok. I am still getting ready to go live here on hello everybody on YouTube. I'm just getting ready to go and get live on TikTok. Sorry I said that backwards. There we go. There we go. I just need to grab, hi TikTok. Welcome in everybody. I am grabbing one more thing. I need two things really. All right. There it is. I am Carol, the owner and creator behind CarolJo's, which is where community and creativity come together. We do all kinds of things here. Twice a week we do tutorials, which is what we're going to have tonight. Twice a week. Hold on, I got to sneeze. Sorry. There, excuse me. Twice a week we come on and we do chat times. That is where you get to ask questions and share tips and tricks with each other so that we can just grow as a community together. And then throughout the week, okay, thank you. And we do live events. Hi, Danelle. Hi, Rosie. And that is where we will do showcase most of the time, and every so often we will do claiming for the items that you see in our tutorials. So with a tutorial, which we're going to do tonight, it is where I show you step-by-step ways to make jewelry and accessories. And tonight we have the tutorial. It's called Harmony in Spacers, and it is a bracelet tutorial. So right now, the one of the trends is like I'm trying to think of the word. Like if you would have a long connector or something long on the bracelet, and then the rest of the bracelet is different from it. I don't know how else to explain it. When I show you these, maybe it'll make sense. So like here, we have 7 6mm Gorgonia beads, and then we have the spacer beads behind it. So this is creating that bar that when you wear this on the top here, you have like that bar-like effect. Do you see where I'm talking about? Where you just have a straight line. That means that the beads that you're going to use for that bar area need to be all like the same. I wouldn't, you could mix them up and have different ones, but the way that trend is it's just a straight line. But it's not the entire bracelet, it's just part of the bracelet like this, where you see the bar here like this. So when you're wearing it, you will just see that. You can stack these if you want. You can mix your metals with it. These two really don't go together that I did for the examples. So here we have the hot pink 6mm cat eye Gorgonia, and then here we have the brown Gorgonia cat eye. And then I just used gold or silver 3mm size bead. So that is how they are. Those are the beads that you need to make it. You can use a 4mm size bead if you would like. I forgot to say, so thanks Nordic Luna for putting that out there. I forgot to say, if we get 10 shares, 10,000 likes, we will go ahead and start doing giveaways. So let me post this to my story. And our night tonight, we might not have that many on because Zuli is also doing a tutorial at this exact same time. Mine is always available for replay on the tube. So that is what we'll do. And hello to everybody over on the tube. So besides needing 6mm size Gorgonia cat eyes, and I'm going to use in my examples the 3mm spacer beads, you will need stretch cord. That is what I use. I actually prefer stretch cord over stretch elastic And it comes down to preference of what I like to use. Hi, sweetheart strings. How are you? I honestly have a hard time using the that a stretch elastic. It just doesn't work very well for me. It's so funny. I went to bring up my backup account and I just went into Zulie's live on my backup account. That was funny. I'm like, hold it. I'm watching Zulie live. She's probably like, Carol, what are you doing here? Oh, that was funny. All right. I am going to, there, add that to my story on my backup account too. There we go. Also, what you'll need to do this, I use what is called a bead stopper. I use the one that's just the metal one. You press these together and then you can put that cord in there. I also am a gluer. So that means I use the hypo cement glue when I glue mine. You don't want to use, what is it called? Super glue. Super glue reacts to the stretch cord in a way that it will eat at it and it will compromise your knot faster. Yep, this is what that's for. If the glue, if that's what you're talking about. Hello to Brazil. So I have also, Nordic Luna over on TikTok asked if we could use some of the beads that we were having in our showcase. I believe it was Tuesday night. This is the 4x2 millimeter, a 4x2.5 millimeter clear transparent glass rondelle. We're going to use this one to create that bar to show you you can use any type of bead that you want in there. I just say that it should be a solid and we should have about the length that we have here, which I think is around, I don't think it's, I'm going to measure. It is, I was going to say it's under 2 and I am right. It is about 1.5 inches. So 1.5 inches of that bead. So we'll do the same thing. We'll do 1.5 inches of this clear rondelle and show you guys how we can make it into looking like this. You could use that rondelle as a stack in some of these beads. Some of the colors that I picked tonight to make bracelets with, we have the Gorgonia cat eye in purple, 6 millimeter, and we have the baby pink. We're going to use those two sizes. And then I just got done doing this one, and this one is going to be cotton candy blue, 6 millimeter Gorgonia cat eyes. And I was thinking that we could use that one also, as in it can be, because I was thinking that it would be good with this one if we had this as silver and do a mixed metal. So we're going to create some combinations here tonight. It won't take us very long to make this. Hi, Kay. Oh, you got your own? Oh my gosh, we should call you Rose's mom, Kay. Okay, so what makes the pink and the blue that we have for the 6 millimeters look like cotton candy? I'm going to show you. I'm going to see if I can get this up there close. Do you see right in there that yellowish hue? The cat eye portion of this bead has a yellow hue to it. So it kind of reminds me, like last night when we had the pink, it reminded me of cotton candy. And when I saw this one, I was like, it's that yellow cat eye in there that gives you that look. So that is what we do. And I'm gonna 2, 4, 6, 7. I'm just gonna grab 7 beads of the cat eye Gorgonias here. And then I'm gonna point you guys down. There we go. All right. Now I'm gonna point y'all down. I'm so glad you got your own TikTok now. That is so cool, okay? There we go. All right. You guys can see we got the pink, we've got the purple, or this is baby pink, this is purple, and then the cotton candy blue right here. And I'm going to use silver for all 3 of these. I'm going to cut off about a 10-inch. We can get the ruler out. 10 inches. If you are someone that makes them, 10 inches will work. If you are new to making it, I would do 12 inches. So we get our stretch cord, just stretch it a little bit. Grab our bead stopper, put that on there. I am going to, with a 3mm size bead, 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 beads equals about an inch. So I am going to do, I want to have my knot in the back side away from these beads here. So I'm going to do 24, I'll do 28 beads. And then I'll put the 7 beads on, and then I'll do 28 beads again. And that's the size that I made those other 2. That size is a little bit big for my wrist, but it's average size wrist. Of all things, God made me large except for my hands and my wrist. And they are tweener size. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18. Now, I have 8 on and I have 20 in the pile. So we're going to put those on. Oh, there we go. Whoops, I dropped it. This is the hardest part about it, is putting 3mm size beads on the stretch cord. Stretch cord will come in different diameters of the stretch cord. So you can get like 0.5, you can get 1mm, you can do 0.8, there's 1.5, they're all different one. I am using a 0.8. That means that this diameter of the stretch cord is 0.8. The holes on our beads are a 1mm for this one. So tomorrow in our encore event at 2 p.m., we are going to have 2 different 3mm silver plated iron spacer beads. The difference between the 2 is one of them, the hole of the beads are 1.2, and the other one, the hole is 1.0. So that 0.8 millimeters can be used for either one of those. If you had a 1mm size stretch cord, I would suggest using the 1.2. It would be easier to get the beads on. You can use a needle if you want. I don't use a needle. I never have. We do every so often have them up. If you look underneath the tools, you'll find them there out on the studio. But it's going to double it up. So to go through it, so if you have a 0.8, that's a 1.6, they won't go through this 1mm size hole. You would have to go to a 0.5 to get that to go through. I am doing the baby pink cat eye first. Just putting those 7 beads on. Yep, it would all depend on this. It's going to depend on if you can use them. You might have to change out the size of your elastic cord that you're using. Or if you have a larger hole bead, then you wouldn't have to change out the elastic cord. Or the stretch cord, I mean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 12. 16, 18, 20, 24, 28. Now I got to put these 28 on. So I know for sure I will have 6 new colors of the Gorgonia cat eye 6mm tomorrow. I am still working on getting the last 4 ready. So we'll see if I have more time tonight to get them all done. There we go. He wanted to be a stinker. Hi, Geraldine. How are you tonight? And we might have more than just those. I got to go back and look and see. I don't know if the system will tell me when I added the colors in, but I know if I have packages of 20 at a certain point, I know those will be new. So what I was thinking, I'm doing good. What I was thinking is I might just bring the new colors to tomorrow night's live. Unless you guys want, you guys let me know. Do you want me to bring them all so that you can see them on the live showcase? Do you want to see all the colors or just the new? Totally understand that there. Nordic Luna. Hold on. Oh, cute.
And also, I gave her a winged eyeliner on the other side though.
Oh.
Do you see it?
Yep.
I started doing it on the other side.
Okay.
I was gonna give her paws, but like I don't want to mess up because she has white paws.
Yeah, I don't think we do paws. Okay. She put a little bit of her design on the nose.
And then I was down the tail. You can't see it that well, but it's pink.
Oh.
See, look at pink. Look.
Just a second, honey. I'm trying to bead. What? I see it very lightly.
I didn't want it to be too thick.
Okay. All right. See you later, alligator. Okay. I know that feeling, Nordic Luna. I do that sometimes myself when I order. All right, here we go. This is how you finish these off. You have a right hand and a left hand. I take the right or left hand and put it over the top of the right, and I create an X with my stretch cord. I will take the right hand side and bring it around in the circle of my beads here like that, and bring the sides together. They don't have to be extremely tight at this point. You will get that in a moment here. I will take, using my thumb and my ring finger, I hold my X. I go around and create another X. See how I created one up above? With the right side on top this time. I will bring, you see there's a little, I'm trying to move my fingers. There's a little hole in between the two fingers. We're going to bring that tail on the left side through it. Bring these together, and when you drop that and bring it together, they will come together and you have your knot. And I pull it, and when I'm pulling it, I sit here in my head and go tight, tight, tight. I put one finger on each side of the knot, the beads, and I pull on it to see if it's going to come apart, and it did not. I set these down and I glue them all at the end because putting the little stick in the top of this glue isn't easy. Hello, Lulu. So I just lay it down and wait until I get them all done. Okay, I'm going to grab the rondelles that Nordic Luna asked to see something done with them. And I am going to do 1.5 inches. Where did I set my ruler? There it is. I need 1.5 inches. Right there. All right. This is 1.5 inches of those. Oops, I need that for my 10 inches. And if you want to do 12, you can do 12. I'll do 12 on this one, and I'll show you the difference. It's going to be about how much length that you have at the end to tie your knot is where that's going to be. Hi, Lolly. Thank you. Stretch that out a little bit. We're going to use, I'm trying to decide. Hey, Lolly, or not Lolly, I'm sorry, Nordic Luna. Gold or silver spacer beads? You tell me which one we should go with. Silver. Okay, we gotcha. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 7, 8. I am going to do this one with 26. And the reason being is that you don't have to make these all the same size if you're going to stack them, because your wrist goes from smaller to larger. And so if you made them all the same size, some are going to look a little gappy, whereas the others then will be tight. So you can make them with different counts of the silver bead to make them adjust a little bit in size. Like, there it is. You have to look for the whole of the beads when you're doing this. And sometimes that's what takes the longest. And I do not have my glasses on. And I'm doing okay so far without glasses. So I'm going to keep it that way. Yep, you can do seed beads if you want. In seed beads, a 6/0 is a 4mm size bead, just to help you out with numbers of what you want to be. And a 8/0 is a 3mm size bead. So if you wanted to do 8mm to keep the size that we're doing right now with the number of beads, that is how you would do it. And remember, I'm taking my silver and I'm doing half of the silver. Then I will do my accent beads, or my focal beads, I mean, and then the other half. That way I'm keeping the knot in the back of my bracelet so it doesn't interfere with the bar in that effect that we're going for. I can hear Buttercup's. I've got my door to my bead room open, and she is down in the kitchen dining room area, and I can hear her video up here. I can't hear what it is, but I just hear it. All right, we are now putting those clear rondelles that are 4 by 2.5mm onto our bracelet. This one we are using to do that 1.5. We got 4. Okay, there's 5. The rondelles are almost being more stubborn than the spacer beads. There we go. And now I lost count. Yes, I sure will. I can pause right now and do it right now. Let me grab a head pin. We'll do it with, I'm going to do it with a brighter one that you might be able to see better. I have a container of beads here. Some of them are This one is a glitter one. There you go. Whoop, let's get that to focus. There we go. So Nordic Luna asked to see the rondelle with one of the Gorgonias. You're welcome. All right, we're gonna finish this one off. I need 26 beads again. There's 4, 8, 4, 8. There's 20, 3, 4, 5. There's 26. All right. So tomorrow we will be live at 2 p.m. Central Time, and we will have 2 different sizes of the 3mm space, or we'll have 2 different 3mm size spacer beads. One has a 1.2 millimeter size hole. The other one has a 1mm size hole. So it's a little bit bigger hole on one of them versus the other. And then we will have 4mm size silver. And then I have a few bags of the gold. I don't have a lot of the gold, but we have some. And then Buttercup joined me and decided to like finger through the Gorgonias. Buttercup.
I'm gonna make my Posca markers out because I'm gonna try doing stuff like when I get home from school.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you mind if I leave them out?
Can you contain them so they're not all over the table?
I only have 2 out.
Okay, that's fine.
And a skinny Sharpie.
Okay.
Oh, was it good tonight?
Yes, you were. Oh, yeah, that's fine. I can totally, that's okay. To me, those, they are a great, to me, spacer bead. And that would be the 4 by 2.5mm rondelles, the clear ones that we have here. What else do we have tomorrow? We have 6mm jump rings that are stainless steel. We have 8mm jump rings. So those would be what I would use on the tutorial that we did on Tuesday. The purse charms. And we have a whole bunch of different glass beads. We do have the synthetic blue sandstone is what some people call it. I call it goldstone. So there we go. There is our rondelles in the middle with silver. We're going to do our same technique. Left over right. Bring the right side through to the center of that circle. Get it close together. Now, right, and you'll see, I didn't get this in the middle, but they're longer on this. Right over left, the left side now goes in the center, and then pull it tight. And I'm going to show you an error that I made. I didn't get that in there right, so that bead, if you guys can see it focused, he's halfway in one of the knots, and we don't want that. So we're... Okay. And so I need to get that knot undone. There we go. We got it. And we're going to try it again. A steering wheel bracelet. Where at? Okay, hold on just a second. We got right, or we did left over right. And now right over left. And then pull that in tight. There we go. We got it right now. Okay, there we go. And that is that one. Here, I'm going to show you this side. What were you going to oma me about? Okay. All right, we got 2 of them we're going to have to glue later. Now, we have we've got, whoops, I was going to put that one with that one, I think. Ooh, or that one with this one. Whoops, not that one. It was this one. I'm like, why does this not look right? Ooh, look at that. Oh, holy wow. Okay. Holy wow. I have to look that up. I need some more silver. I'm doing more silver because that's what I tend to go to. We are getting close, everybody. We're going to do another bracelet here. So I need some more stretch cord. There we go. We're going to do our cotton candy blue. 4, 5, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8. 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6. Yep. Now we're going to do 24.
Can you make those needle things again?
The pins?
Yeah.
They're called a stick pin, honey. That's their real technical name that I know of.
I'll call them needles. Thanks.
They're not a needle because it doesn't have a hole. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have an eye on it to string something into it.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Okay. I'll look at it in just a second as soon as I get done with this one. Or, hold on. I'm going to bring you guys back up. I'll look at it while you guys are doing... Hold on. I am going to do a color. You guys got to 10K. All right. Here we go. All right. You guys guess colors. Oh! Okay. Let's see if I can do it this way. We're going to do this. So you can't see that part. But look, you add bling to your steering wheel. Okay. Awesome sauce. Thanks for sharing that. There we go. So, all right, you guys have got it. That is cute. I love it. I don't think Ryan would let me do it to a vehicle that he's going to be driving. Lulu. Let's see. 2, 11, 26. You guessed turquoise first, Lulu, so you will win this one. Then it was Meg and Geraldine. So you will get a code for 5 creative credits to the studio. Holy, I don't know what happened to my skin right there. Dear Lord. Congrats. Yay. All it takes is one word. There we go. Oh, man. I was like, I want to go see this picture. All right. You're welcome. I will point you guys down here in a moment. I am just stringing some beads, so it's not like you're missing out on anything looking down at it. So what I'm doing on this one is I am doing I am putting 24 spacers, then my 7 beads, and then 24 more spacers. So that our knot is in the back. And you guys on you down the tube, you guys were a little off center. Oh, she came and shut my door. Well, darn it. She put her mind reading glasses on. Oh my Lord. Lulu, you're funny. All right, we're going to do, this one is, let me see, if I don't think this one's purple. I think it's light purple. Nope, this one's purple. This one should probably be renamed to light purple. Because he is the lighter of the purples. We're putting 7 of the purples on. So that is what it looks like. I'll bring that up close. See, I told you it's a light purple. Now I'm going to point y'all down again, and we are going to put 24 silver plated spacers on. There's 8. There's 8. 6, 8. All right, here we go. And now you guys are a little wonky. Oh, my thing's wonky. Not you guys. Let me make you back. Sorry. I'm just going to take everybody on all the social medias for a little ride of trying to get it straight when it was not you guys. It was my bead mat. I feel bad. Sorry. Tomorrow night, I have not picked all of the beads yet for tomorrow night's debut event. But I will be for sure bringing any of the new colors of the cat eye gorgonia. And then I'm going to pick out some more stuff, and I will let you all know what we will have by the 2 o'clock live. I will give you guys an idea of what we have. Excuse me. So what you would need to create these bracelets here, the Gorgonias will be tomorrow night at 7 up for you guys to see in the showcase. And then on the encore event tomorrow at 2 p.m., I will have spacer beads for you. So you guys can look at those too. And you know what is kind of funny about it is I was sitting there going, I want to do this. I want to use the Gorgonias in something. And I thought about this idea. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. And it just worked out that one of the spacer beads was in the section of what I was going to be bringing for an encore to the studio. I'm like, what are the chances of that ever happening again? Probably nil. All right. Here we go. All right, there we have all our beads on there. We've got our left hand and our right hand. We're going to take the left, create an X over the right side. So then you'll get your X. Bring the right side away and in through. We're creating a little knot. It's not going to hold it. We're going to have to do another knot. So then we hold it with our fingers, and we take our right hand and put it over the left and bring the left one in through that hole. Bring it together and say tight, tight, tight in your head to get that tight together. And then check to see if you're not holding it does. So there we have, so far we have made the pink and the blue and the clear rondelles. Now we're going to do the cotton candy one really quick here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think the cotton candy I'm going to do in gold because I haven't done another gold one. Let's do that cotton candy in gold. All right, we got gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need 4 more. Okay. All right. Piece of stretch cord can be anywhere from 10 to 12 inches, whatever works comfortably for you. I keep going back and forth on all my sizes tonight. Our bead stopper, open it up, put that stretch cord in there, stretch out your stretch cord for a moment. All we're trying to do is stretch it a little bit so that it is stretched out, so that as you wear the bracelet, you've already took a little bit of it out so that it doesn't stretch and create space between the beads when you're first putting your bracelet on. After a few years, the stretch cord does get to a point where it will stretch out. If you see space between your beads, it's time to restring it. Stretch cord isn't made to last indefinitely for 100 years or so. It will, after a while, deteriorate, stretch, and that type of thing. All you have to do is cut near where that where the knot is at, restring it just like we're doing here, and then tie the knot. And if you're a gluer, glue it. If you're not a gluer, hide the knot. You know, you get to do whatever your preference is. I'm a gluer and I don't hide the knot. And people are like, but it just makes it look unprofessional if you don't hide the knot. I literally have had a bracelet that I've used for many years. I have restrung it multiple times. I've been trying to think about how long I've had it, and I've probably had this bracelet for about 15 years. It is my Swarovski crystal one. Guess what? Every about 2 to 3 years, I restring it, and I've got the bracelet still. When I worked in the corporate world, that bracelet got wore about 5 times a week. So if you take maintenance care of your jewelry like that, it will, you know, you can keep using it. You can keep wearing it. So that's what I will say about stretch cord. All right, we almost got our 28 beads on. I have 2 more to go here. 1 more. Now we're going to put the 7 6mm gorgonias. These are cotton candy blue. There we go. I'm like, where was the hole at? We're getting close to a 20K giveaway, everybody. So we need 28. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4. All right, there is our 28. Whoop, dropped one. Onto the bead mat. We'll get them down and we're going to put them in there. All right. Okay, I just have to ask. Yesterday, I was just trying to make sure things were going through the system at the USPS because sometimes lately they have been just a little bit weird. Did a couple of you have bad weather in your area? Because they said there was delays. And I just was wondering, did anybody get snow yesterday? Because I didn't know anybody was getting snow that would cause a delay. I was going to say, Alabama, no snow, no cold weather. We were actually in the 50s today. So you know what that means? like Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana. You guys are going to be in the 50s probably tomorrow. And then the East Coast will be after that. As long as they don't have any other systems coming in the way. There we go. We're getting close to the last one being done. 77, Lolly. You're lucky. But you're in the South. We normally in February are going to, we're usually like, I would say 30s is even nice weather. 50s, not the norm. We also have not gotten the snow that we normally get, which means that we will probably have a dry year. We have dry cracks in our driveway because we have a gravel driveway. And if it's cracked in November or in February, and we don't get any rain, it's not going to be a good summer. It's going to be a very dry summer. Okay, so you guys are having that too, Geraldine. Jeez. All right, here is our cotton candy blue with gold. We're going to tie that one. So we're going to do left over right, the right side into the center of the bracelet there to create the knot. Now we're going to do right over left, and then the left side goes into the center of the knot and pull it together tight. Once you do that, we're going to check our knot, and it's good. All right, now we're going to get into, Meg's the same way, Jiminy. We're going to get into the gluing stage. So I use Hypo Cement. It's GS Hypo Cement glue is what I use. It has a little thin tip here on it so that you can get right into that where the knot is at and just put a drop of glue on it.
Look at, I made it.
Just a second, honey. I'm gluing here. We're just putting a little dab in there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but just a little dab. Oh, cute.
Look at,
Mm-hmm.
I like the strawberry. I made
Whoops, that
this.
one. So she takes her little squishies and she puts beads in them.
Them open.
She performs a little surgery on them.
Bro, I keep on gluing my fingers together on accident. Look at.
Jeez. So there, you see our knot? We're just going to put a little dab on that and then let it go and put it down. I'll show you over here on YouTube. I got a lot of glue on my finger. Let me get that off. There we go. All right. We have our glue. Let me get in there. We're going to put our little nozzle thing in there, and we're just going to glue a little bit in there. Fourth one, we're going to get that one right here. And then we let that down. And this is where I said we have this little pin part that we got to get in the center of that little part, the applicator part. And this sometimes, oh, I got it. That can take forever. That's why my suggestion is always to just glue them all at the same time so you don't have to continuously try to put that little pin in, okay? I'm going to come up for a second here, and we did get to 20K. So let me do the 20K giveaway, and then I will show you what our last step is of the bracelet, but I'm not going to perform it completely here, and I'll tell you why. All right, oh, she's been on this kick that she wants to put little beads in there. Don't know why. All right. Whoops. There we go. All right, everybody. Go ahead and try guessing this color. This is going to be what we're going to use for our mixes when I get done getting them all separated out. Then I'll make some bags of mixes. I'll give you a clue. It is a flower to some people and not to others. Let's see. Lolly was first. Then we had Lori R, Nordic Luna, and Paige. So Lolly, you will get a 5 creative credit code. I will send those out after the live to you guys, all right? So congratulations. The word was dandelion. Yay! All right, so our last step is that you want to cut off your excess stretch cord here. So what you do is you get in really close to that knot, but don't cut the knot, and just cut one on each side. Oh! How did you do that and not get bees on you? Literally. So that's how, and so when you do it, they will look like this. You'll see that. That's what you're looking for. You want to just get right in there. And that's, but you want to wait at least a half an hour after you have glued them. I usually like to wait until the next day. I let mine dry overnight before I cut them. So I'll leave these overnight, and then I will go in and cut them off tomorrow. But what I want to show you here, so I had some thoughts on this while we were creating. Remember, we kept changing the number of spacer beads. And if you look at this, we have the pink, the clear, and then the purple. And do you see how they're a little bit, you know, just a little bit different in size? And that's what you want. You're going to have the pink be on the largest part of your wrist and do that. So that's that set. The other one that I wanted to show you is we're going to do a silver and gold mix of metals and use that cotton candy pink, the clear rondelles, and then the brown to have a different style. And then I thought about this with this one, mix it up again. And this time we're going to do the pink and purple with that cotton candy blue, using the silver and the gold and having mixed metals. See, you have made five bracelets, and you have 3 different ways to stack it. And that's just like really cool quickly. So I just wanted to share that with you, how these can be made really very easy. They turn out really cool. A great way to use up those gorgonias that you guys have. And you can stack them and do different things with them. That's what I like about them. Because remember, this year the trend is stacked bracelets. Our hot pink one, I was thinking he would go better with our cotton candy. Like that. But I need a third color, but I haven't figured out what the third color is yet. Hi, Cheryl. Nordic Luna loves her gorgonias. They're like her Swarovskis to Joya. And so I'm just going to put these. Okay, we're going to use all 5 of the gorgonia ones that we made. Let me get them here in. I'm trying to get them to line up. Look at that. So you can make, this is the hobo or bohemian, not hobo, bohemian look with those all mixed together. And we're mixing our metals, everybody. So that's what we could do too. I love it. I have a hard time mixing metals, but today I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And I did it. I'm excited. I know it sounds really silly to say that, but I'm extremely excited to get mixed colors. So Cookie doesn't use hers either. She collects them too. Miss Geraldine, you can use them. So that's what I wanted to show you guys. And if you want a sneak peek at the colors, after I get off of tonight's live, I already planned to put the 6mm Gorgonias out on the studio underneath Gorgonias. I will go get that done here tonight. You guys can look at them and then you can see them tomorrow night at 7 p.m. when we have our debut. I didn't get if you guys want to see the ones that we've done before. So do you want me to bring up all the colors or do you want just the new colors that you guys can see tomorrow night? Have you seen my collection? That's a little bit new for now. That's what I can do. That's not a problem. They'll all be there. And if you want to see one, we can always grab it, okay? It just means I have to run downstairs because that's where I got them at, is in the room downstairs. But I'll bring the new ones and figure out which ones those are. Yeah, I love it. I'm glad I'm not the only one. All right, everybody, I'm going to hop off. You guys have a wonderful night, and we will see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Time for the encore. That's what it's called, especially since it's the debut. That's what I was thinking too, but I didn't know what you guys wanted. But we're going to have the encore at 2, debut at 7. We'll see y'all later. Bye.